communication breakdown is pretty simple. We drilled on this for a while. We've got 7%, 38, and 55%. 7% is words, just the words that fly out of your face. 38% is the tonality. It's actually how the words sound. And the 55% is the body language and the connection, right? Now, what do we mean by connection? Connection is making people feel totally comfortable with you when you're in their presence, right? That's the whole key to this business. It's how their tribe taught them, right? What eye contact is appropriate? What's their vocabulary? What's their posture? What's their arm movement? What's their gestures, right? That's the type of stuff that really makes the connection and forms the trust. And without trust, you're never getting a deal, and you know that, right? So the power of maternalization is to make sure the words get out of the way, because that's only 7% of all communications. Where most agents screw up as they wonder what's the magic word, and they think about what am I saying, and is it right, is it proper, right? What am I going to say next? And when you're worrying about what to say next, you're totally missing the eye contact. You're totally missing the gestures. You're totally missing the intricacies. Are they visual people? Are they auditory people? Are they kinesthetic? Are they D personalities? I's, S's, or C's? All these things process into how can I best relate and give them the most extraordinary experience possible. But you blew it because you're worrying about the words, right? So today we're spending some time doing the listing presentation for one reason: to internalize it and imprint it on the brain so our agents can focus on what's really important, and that's connecting with the client. But they didn't call the person that they bought it from, they called you. You got an opportunity because the person they bought from dropped the ball, right? So that creates the entire real estate industry, because nobody theoretically should ever get a listing. Because if the agent who sold it to them followed up, it would still be their customer for life. Does that make sense? But if you look at people who you're going on your next listing presentation with, they don't know who their last agent was. If it was more than 2 years ago, they probably can't remember. It was maybe some guy from that company, but they don't really know. So that's why there's Wall Street sitting around with billions of dollars saying, there's 1.8 trillion a year in commissions that they're saying, yeah, I can go get some of that. And so they're sitting around funded with a couple $100 million, hoping that you don't change your ways. Because if we don't change our ways, they've got an open door to go do what they want to do, right? Kind of a scary situation, but a pretty cool wake-up call, because we're ahead of the curve in many, 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 many ways, right? You guys, we just have to collectively as a group get to that next level of how we're going to connect, retain, and create the stickiness with these customers and for going forward. Does that make sense? Right, so that's one of the things that I want to make sure we talk about, is not becoming a commodity, and how that sounds good, but how do you actually do it? Right, so one of the panels that was up was a group of customers, people, future customers, current customers, and people who have bought recently, and telling us the ugliness of the industry, right, which created the opportunity for these major funds with billions of dollars to come in and try to steal Drew's past client. And then it was pretty interesting, and it was saying, look, we don't understand the relevance that we have. Now they're talking to us as a group, which is pretty cool, saying this is the issue that you guys have. You don't get it anymore, okay? You don't get what we want. You dropped the ball giving us what we thought you were gonna give us, and we're probably never gonna use you again. It was kind of a slap in the face to everybody in that room. And like, wow, how is that? I mean, could you imagine 3 days of this, right? Which is pretty exciting. There was two groups of people in that room. The people who went, oh shit, or the people that said, oh yes. And we're one of the oh yes people that said this is a great opportunity.
He's seen you pop into his new feed. constantly giving market updates and talking about the industry and everything, who do you think John's going to naturally call first?
That's top of mind.
You're going to be top of mind because you've been bringing him value and asking for absolutely nothing.
But it's
right?
consistent application.
Consistent application,
That's
right?
You want to know what makes a broker happy? I think I mentioned the Carter's program, a relocation network we're part of. They send surveys out on all the agents when they do a transaction. So here's an example. Here's Jessica Beggins. 100%, 100%, 100%, 100%. Overall, excellent. Agent, excellent. Communication, excellent. Responsive, excellent. Local market, excellent. Recommend, yes. Got 9 surveys today. 100% across the board, excellent across the board, yes. Anita Christensen, 100%, 100%, excellent, excellent across the board. Gail Clavery, 100%, 100%, excellent across the board. Excellent, 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 good, excellent, excellent, excellent. That customer had a recommendation to get fewer people involved in the transaction. 100%, 100%, excellent across the board. That was Bonnie Fagot. Kelly Foreman, 100% excellent across the board. Excellent, 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 excellent. Yes, it's awesome. Marie Gregorio, 100%, 100% with 2 clients. Overall, excellent across the board. Yes, excellent across the board. Yes. That's what makes a broker happy. So, Miss Doherty, when did we start working together?
1997.
Was it really 1997?
Yes.
What kind of structure do you like that we do?
I like classes every day. I like because it's a check-in, even if you don't necessarily physically come in here, you get online. So that kind of structures you to really have a good morning. And
Structures us too.
Yeah.
To come to work every day.
Right, and you get a lot of information to keep up. I mean, learn a lot of things every day.
What are you good at? What are you not good at? From your self-awareness, you've been doing this long enough now. What is your strength? What are you best at?
I don't know. This is what I need to figure out. I need to know what I'm good at and what I actually need to focus on to get better. I need to work hard enough to make the scripts feel like me.
Okay, that will help you.
Yeah, because you always say you're never going to do it unless you have the confidence, right, that you can do it, so I just don't do it.
Well, here's the biggest problem. When you're worrying about what you're going to say next, what can you not pay attention to? Them.
Right.
And this whole process is about connecting with them, and you can't connect if you're not paying attention to them. So if you're constantly worried about the words you're going to say, there's no way possible that you can connect with them. So
Right.
therefore, you're going to do all this effort for nothing because they're not going to feel that you're being sincere.
Yeah, and then you try to try to get the words right, and then try to mirror match them and fit into their personality, and then I leave and I can't remember what color the floors were.
Right, because you're working too hard.
Yeah.
You got to be you because you're great the way you are. And it's perfect the way you are. The way all of your strengths, all of the blind spots, everything's perfect the way it's supposed to be. So your strengths are good. Do one of these deals over and over and over and over again. Which was your favorite deal?
I like referrals.
Okay.
Because those people already know me, like me, and trust me, and I come from someone that they know and like and trust, so it makes the deal pretty smooth.
Okay, so by asking her the question, what does she like best? That's her brain accepting that more than the other ones. What did you like least? What's the other
I
two
like it once I have the deal. I'm great with the people. I'm great with the entire transaction. It's getting the person to do the deal with.
Okay, so it's attracting the client.
Yes.
Okay, so you don't like going out and finding them. You like it when you have ones. Okay, that's fair. At least it's honest, right? Because what she's got to figure out is she's not going to do what she doesn't like to do until it gets painful enough she has no choice.
Right.
Right? So your choice is either to ramp up what you like to do so you don't have to do the things you don't want to do, or sit around and wait till it gets so painful you're going to have no choice but to do the things you don't want to do.
Right.
Right, so that's really the pivot point she's at now, because here's the reality. Once these next 3 deals close, she's out of business.
Right.
So we got to figure out what's happening here. So what we do from a coaching standpoint is figure out what's on the books right now. So you've got these active listings. Listings are worthless unless they're going to sell.
Right.
Okay? So we've got this one here on Paris Street at 325.
This is the one I just got a $25,000 price reduction on.
Okay.
And
How is
then
activity? Are you getting calls on it?
I've only had one showing since, and it's been 2 weeks.
Since the price reduction? Okay, so what is that telling you?
We still need to go down.
Okay, so the market is rejecting it. In this marketplace, are there other sales?
Yes.
Okay, so, but we have
This
to
is
know
in
that for
Seminole
sure.
Heights.
In Seminole Heights, very hot area here. So what we need to do is do a quick little report of what's gone under contract in the last month in Seminole Heights and those zip codes. And then that's the data you send over to the seller and say, look, here's what has sold recently and yours hasn't. So what you
Right.
did is we helped the other people sell.
Right.
So do you want to keep helping other people sell their house, or do you want to sell your house? Right? And the reality of it is that the market is what the market is. The market says 10 on this one. So if I brought you an offer for $299, right, cash close in 2 weeks, would you take it? And the answer is maybe yes, no, or I don't know, or hell no, or hell yeah.
Right.
And if the answer is yes, then we need to reduce the price until we get the market excited. Because if you're not getting any showings or any offers, could be 20% over the market price.
Right.
Right? If you're getting showings but no offers, you're about 10%. So chances are that $299 number is a lot more realistic. Do you think at $299 the thing would sell?
Yeah.
No doubt about it.
Yeah.
The deal doesn't stop at the closing, and this is we're their point, right? We're their go-to people. I don't care if they have a fence problem 3 years from now. Hey Jeff, what do you need to get a good fence guy, right? We have to own that real estate component in their brain. I don't care if their AC goes out, right? It's attached to the house, call me. Right? You want a pool? Call me. You want a fence? Call me. You need to find somebody to do carpet? Call me. If it's related to your house, you got the one point of contact because we got your back. And we know tradespeople in every one of these segments, and we know people who are good and we know people who are bad. And so we take care of our tribe and we give you who's good. That's just called being a good person and helping people out.